The med bay of the Terran Exodus ran like a machine. Light steady. Air scrubbers whispering. Monitors ticking like metronomes. And yet something felt off. Nerra sat on the exam table with her shoulders pulled inward, as if trying to fold herself into the sheet beneath her. The scan had ended minutes ago. The ship's doctor had already left. Voice tight. Tablet clutched like a shield, promising paperwork and protocol. But protocol couldn't explain the way Nerra avoided everyone's eyes. "I'm fine," she whispered. The words were soft. The lie was loud. In the doorway stood Thain, 7 feet of scaled kever muscle, posture calm, eyes like a patient predator. He had served beside humans for 3 cycles, long enough to respect them, long enough to understand that the fragile species with soft skin and breakable bones somehow forced the galaxy to take them seriously. But this didn't fit. "You are not fine," Thain said. His translator flattened. This clicks into clean standard. Cold, neutral, clinical. The scan shows 4 fractured ribs. Extensive bruising. Mild cranial trauma. "You were injured on the supply run to Meridian Station?" Nerra lifted her head at last, and Thain saw it. "Not pain fear. It was an accident," she said quickly. "I slipped." Gravity plating stuttered. "I hit the bulkhead." Thain blinked his inner lids. The kever sign for disbelief. He had reviewed Meridian's technical logs. The station's gravity had been stable. "Gravity did not fail," he replied. Nerra flinched. "I said I'm fine." Her voice cracked on the last word. "Please, Thain. Just drop it." For a moment, his instincts urged him to press, to corner the truth the way his kind cornered prey. But humans were complicated. They protected secrets the way they protected each other. They hid injuries behind smiles. They carried shame like it was duty. So Thain did what humans had taught him to do. He adapted. He stepped back. He left the med bay without another word. But he did not let it go. That evening, the recreation ward of the Terran Exodus was louder than usual. Not with laughter. Not with music. With the low, controlled tension of a room that had already made a decision. Thain entered to find Lieutenant Chin, Sergeant Okoye, and Private Jackson gathered around a hello dash display. They looked up as one. Their expressions were human. But the message was predator clear. "You heard," Chen said. "It wasn't a question." "She claims she fell," Thain replied. "She's lying," Jackson said. "Jaw tight. And we know who did it," Okoye added. The holodisplay flickered, grainy station footage. A service corridor on Meridian. The angle was bad. But the story was not. Nerra appeared, moving carefully with supply crates in her arms. Then a shadow stepped into her path. A VOR CI. One of the stone-skinned brutes, known for strength and contempt, known for calling smaller species soft, known for turning insults into violence when no one important was watching. Words exchanged. A shove. Then the Verkai's hand snapped out. He grabbed Nerra and threw her into the bulkhead like she weighed nothing. The recording ended there. Silence filled the ward. Thain felt his claws press into his palm. "Without meaning to name knee," he asked. Chen pointed. "Cracks," she said. "Trade district." Still on the station, Thain stared at the frozen image of the Verkai's arm mid-swing. "She attempted to report him," Okoye said. "Station security dismissed it." "They dismissed it?" Thain asked. Jackson exhaled through his nose, controlled, angry. "They called it a cultural misunderstanding." The words hit the air like poison. "A misunderstanding," Jackson repeated, voice low. "He broke her ribs." Thain understood then. This wasn't only anger. It was something the xenopsychology files had tried to explain. Humans formed pack bonds with terrifying speed. They didn't just work with crew. They collected them, claimed them, protected them. And the files mentioned something else. Humans were persistence predators. They didn't stop when the prey ran. They stopped when the prey was caught. "What will you do?" Thain asked. Chen met his gaze officially. She said, "Nothing." She tapped the holodisplay off. Command won't authorize action against a civilian on an independent station. Not without a formal complaint from Nerra, and unofficially. Thain asked. Akoi smiled. It was not a friendly smile. Unofficially. We're taking shore leave. Akoi spread his hands like a tour guide. Meridian has amazing cultural markets. We'd hate to miss them. Thain felt a satisfied rumble roll in his chest. I believe, he said slowly. I would also enjoy shore leave. They found cracks in a trading stall draped in neon cloth and cheap metal charms. Security drones hovered nearby like bored insects. The Verkai lounged as if the station belonged to him. For arms. Livingstone skin. A grin like cracked granite. Chen approached first. Small, calm, unthreatening. Cracks, she said. We want to talk about an incident involving one of our crew. The Verkai laughed. A grinding sound. The little human female, he said. She blocked my path. I moved her. He tilted his head. What of it? She has 4 broken ribs, Jackson said quietly. Cracks shrugged. Massive shoulders rolling like boulders shifting. Then she should have moved faster. He leaned forward. Grin widening. Your kind is weak. Stay on your ships if you want to be safe. Thain watched the humans exchange quick glances to an outsider. It might have looked like hesitation, like surrender. But Thain had learned human tells. The way Jackson shifted his weight. The way Akoi breathed out slow. The way Chen's face went still. That deadly calm. Yeah, Chen said softly. You're right, KRX blinked. Surprised? We are weaker. She continued. Smaller, easier to hurt. She stepped closer. But we don't quit. Her smile was thin and terrifying. When someone hurts our family, we don't forget, KRX scoffed. You threaten me. Chen shook her head. No, she said. We're educating you. Later, Thain would describe the event in his report. As an unplanned multi-species cultural exchange resulting in unexpected equipment, failures thought the security drones shut down first. A clean, sudden blackout. Jackson had always been talented with electronics. Then the surveillance cameras glitched. A brief, tragic system maintenance window. Kako specialized in systems and cracks. Learned something important. Not that humans were strong, but that humans were never alone. When station security arrived, they found the Verkai sprawled behind his own stall, 2 arms bent wrong. Dermal plates cracked, breath wheezing, his expression held a new emotion. Respect, the humans stood nearby. Hands empty. Faces neutral. Examining trade goods like tourists, thought innocent, Akoi said. Voice polite. We were shopping. Station security stared at them. Stared. At KRX. Then looked away. Because sometimes stations didn't want trouble with. TRRANS. Sometimes it was easier to file it under equipment. Malfunction? Back on the Terran Exodus. The observation deck was quiet. Stars streamed past. Cold and endless. Nerra stood near the glass. Arms wrapped around herself when Thain entered. She didn't turn. I heard something happen on Meridian. She said. Thain stopped at her side. I heard nothing of importance. He replied evenly. A pause. The Nerra let out a breath that sounded like relief and grief mixed together. Thank you, she whispered. All of you. Thain looked at the stars. We are a pack, he said, carefully using the human word. Nerra swallowed. I told you I was fine, she murmured. And we tracked the truth anyway, he said. Because that is what packs do. Her eyes glistened. That strange human reaction to emotion. She gave a tiny, broken laugh. We're not cubs, she said. Thain made a sound that could almost be called amusement. No, he agreed. But perhaps even predators need someone to hunt for them. Sometimes Nerth nodded, and together they watched the endless dark. A pack of persistent predators crossing the stars, protecting their own asterisk. Thanks for watching. If you love HFY stories and brave cub moments, subscribe to Neon Cub Tales right now. New stories are coming fast. Hit like and share this video with a friend, and comment your favorite moment below.